Hello, family. My name is Professor Singer, and I teach invention courses at the online school known as the Invention Academy.
And ironically, when you are in such a situation, the IMF and the World Bank, or as we call them, the Bretton Woods institution, come and tell you what to do. And the solution they prescribe normally gets you deeper and deeper into the muck and mire of debt. All of us will remember in the 1980s when they came up with the structural adjustment program. They told government, get out of business, sell all your assets. And we know the consequence. I've always said, and I repeat it, that whenever the IMF say that your economy is doing very well, you should be very worried. We have seen it at one time when they said that of Argentina. We now know where Argentina is. We see what they said, the economy of Ghana, and we know where Ghana was. We know they are saying that of Kenya. Beyond the statistics, whatever they say about your economy is never matched by actual beneficial economic activity on the ground. I call it statistical growth, statistical El Dorado, land of gold, but in reality, you are suffering. So the architecture of international economy and the architecture of international commerce is designed particularly by Western countries to ensure that African countries, Latin American countries, and to a certain extent, even some Asian countries are kept in a perpetual state of desperation so that they continue to be economically dominated. Because when you are economically dominated, it is also possible, therefore, to exploit your resources. It is possible to ensure that you export your cocoa in its raw form, export your tea in its raw form, export your minerals in their raw form, export everything in their raw forms. It kills invention and innovation. And then you become victims of what they describe as foreign direct investment, which in many cases is a perpetuation of that financial slavery, which is wrought upon many African countries by those institutions.
As an innovation and invention teacher, I'd like to give you some information on why innovation and invention are so important to people in developing countries. Many African countries have challenges today because of systems put in place long ago by colonial powers like the British and French. These systems weren't designed for the people who live there now, and that can make it hard for countries to thrive. When African countries became independent, they inherited government structures and financial systems that were often not suitable. These systems rely heavily on taxes, but many countries find they can't raise enough money through taxes alone. This led them to borrow money from organizations like the IMF and the World Bank. While loans can help countries grow, they can also trap them in a cycle of debt. When countries are deep in debt, they have less freedom to make their own decisions and grow their economies. Invention and innovation are the keys to Africa's future. They allow people to solve problems, create new products, and find better ways to do things. Africa has so many resources and talented people, and by focusing on invention and innovation, it can become a leader on the world stage. Tharaka Invention Circle CBO and Tharaka Invention Academy are dedicated to empowering young people with the skills and mindset they need to become successful inventors. At Tharaka Invention Academy, students learn to think creatively, develop new ideas, and bring those ideas to life. These programs show young Africans how they can use their skills to create solutions for their communities and beyond. When young people are given the opportunity to invent and innovate, they can help solve problems like unemployment, lack of access to education, and other issues that affect their countries. Working together, African nations can create economic blocks, forming powerful partnerships that reduce reliance on foreign loans. By investing in local resources and talents, they can achieve sustainable growth and independence. Empowering young people through education and opportunity is the way forward. With the support of organizations like Tharaka Invention Circle CBO and Tharaka Invention Academy, Africa's youth can lead the way in creating a brighter, more innovative future. Together, we can transform challenges into opportunities and unlock Africa's true potential. In today's world, many African countries face challenges due to systems that were imposed on them by foreign powers during colonial times. These systems, including how governments are structured and how economies are run, were not originally designed with these nations in mind. Instead, they were copied from the colonial powers that once ruled them, such as the British, French, and others. This has led to economic struggles and heavy reliance on loans from international organizations like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank. The colonial legacy. When African countries gained independence, they inherited systems that were often unfamiliar and unsuitable. They were expected to run their countries based on taxes collected from the people, but the revenue was often insufficient. To bridge this gap, they turned to loans from international organizations. However, these loans come with strings attached. The countries find themselves in a cycle of debt and dependence, making it difficult to break free and grow independently. As a result, these countries often feel like they're playing a game where the rules are set by others, leaving them at a disadvantage. The trap of debt. When countries borrow money, they become dependent on lenders, which limits their freedom. Many African countries have found themselves trapped in debt, which affects their ability to make independent decisions. The loans are supposed to help these countries grow, but they often end up deepening the economic struggles instead. The international lenders control not only the loans, but also influence political decisions and economic policies. This limits innovation and invention, keeping countries stuck in poverty. The role of invention and innovation. Invention and innovation are crucial for Africa and its people. These are powerful tools that can help solve problems and create opportunities. When people are free to invent and innovate, they can develop new technologies, improve agriculture, and create jobs. This can lead to economic growth and independence. Africa is rich in resources and talent, and with the right support and freedom, it can unlock its potential and become a leader in global innovation. Moving towards independence. To gain true independence, African countries need to rethink their economic strategies. They can look to examples like Russia, which has moved away from reliance on international loans. By using their own resources wisely and working together as regional economic blocs, African nations can reduce their dependence on foreign loans. This requires strong leadership, political will, and a focus on empowering young people to drive innovation and growth. The power of young people. Young people are the key to Africa's future. They are creative, energetic, and full of potential. Throughout history, it has been young people who have driven progress and innovation. African nations must invest in education and create opportunities for the youth to invent and innovate. By doing so, they can harness the talent of their young population and build a brighter future.